Hi guys, so as promised, here is part 2 of this day's cruise. You can tell when you're really enjoying a cruise because you do just keep going and going and going for as long as you want. Hence the reason why I ended up with so much footage for this day, and the fact that I was constantly yapping and talking. So enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. This is the beauty of canals. I feel like I've got this whole canal to myself. I mean, the reality is I could have 10 boats in front of me and 10 boats behind me, but because they're out of my sight then I can't see them. And I do know I've got a boat in front of me because just every now and again I just catch the back end of him as he goes round the bend. But because we're all probably evenly spaced, everyone's probably feeling the same, saying, "Oh, it's quiet, there's nobody about." So yeah, this is the beauty, and this is why when you get choke points like locks and bridges, swing bridges and stuff like that, it's when we all bunch up, you know, and then you think, all of a sudden you think, "Oh yeah, it's busy," and it's not. It's just that when we're on sections of canal like this with no obstacles to really hold us up, we're all nicely spread out, and you do get this sense that you've got the canal all to yourself. And it's a great feeling.
Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. You in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do,
just passed through Compton, and it's only a little village, and the village I think is about a mile away from the canal anyway. A lot of mooring space for long-term moorers, and not much mooring space for anybody else. It's very narrow. Didn't meet any boats coming the other way, thank the stars. And just met a boat just as I was coming around the corner past Compton Marina, and it was quite wide and there was loads of room for us to get past. Glad I met him there, because it would have been a tight squeeze next to all the moored boats, and of course I was the one who was going to have to get close to the moored boats. So yeah, but I'm moving on. It seems like it's been slow progress today, but it's like I said before, when the canal is so windy you don't make as much progress as you think you should. So it's not a major issue, but yeah, I'm going to try and move on. Whether I'll make Crawford today, I don't know. It means I'll have to do 4 locks, and do I want to do 4 locks? Not really that bothered. It's sort of like, it's knocking on a bit now. It's I bet it's coming on for 4 o'clock, because I didn't set off till 1. You could tailor yourself to cruising time if you don't get an hour or so in the morning. I never really stop for dinner, because again it's like you just wasted an hour. So I have my breakfast and then I bring an apple or something out into the back with me, and I just crack on. Basically until I've had enough. And some days you've had enough at 2:30. Some days you've had enough at 10:30. And then other days you just get in the mood to keep going. I'm semi in the mood to keep going at the moment. I'm looking at the map. There might be a few little nice places to stay. But looking at the map, I have got Boundary Lift Bridge to deal with, and I don't know whether that's like permanently up or what. The book doesn't say anything, so I may have to deal with a lift bridge on my own, but we will see. It's all here to try us. So according to the map, the towpath somewhere along the line is going to change from my right hand side over to the left hand side, probably at bridge 138. So that means I'll be mooring up on the left hand side later on today, unless it changes back, but I'd have to turn the page to see that. So yeah, that means moving all the fenders across to the left hand side, and yeah, happy days. I say happy days a lot, don't I? Just about to see that the sill that we talk about sometimes when we moor up and we're banging against the sill, because the water's quite low at the moment. There it is. So if this was a foot higher, all that sill would be covered and you wouldn't see it. And then of course, every time your boat rocks towards the bank, bang, the bottom of your boat is banging on top of it, bang, bang. Right pain in the neck they are. But you get your wheelbarrow wheels, and that's why I carry these wheelbarrow wheels on top of the boat. And then of course you put those down and they push your boat out from the bank by about a foot and stop you banging into the sill. In theory. So this is the changeover bridge, 137 it was. 138 is the big road bridge. And the footpath is now going to move over to the left hand side, so I will change the centre line. I'll put that on the left, and obviously I'll do the fenders when I stop. Enclosed bit of canal, although the towpath is on my left hand side, it's right behind all these bushes. Apparently it's called Fenny Compton Tunnel. I don't think there was actually a tunnel here, but of course I think it was cut out of the thickly wooded cutting, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there's no actual tunnel, but it just feels like a tunnel with all this overgrowth. It's not overgrowth, all this vegetation. No, vegetation, that's a good word, isn't it? So yeah, it seems actually quite wide in most places, so passing wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, it's you could be 20 foot away from a factory and you wouldn't know it. I don't think we are 20 foot away from a factory, like, but beautiful. I'll stop yapping and let you have a quick look. Oh, nearly crashed. Whoa! Sorry about that, the camera was going one way and the tiller was going the other.
Letting go, now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skip
bridge there was a boat coming the other way, and I did a masterclass in stopping and reversing to allow them through. But then they packed their pants and basically abandoned ship and threw it into the bank at much kerfuffle, and allowed me through. And it was much it would have been much easier for them just to come through, but I think they panicked and all abandoned ship, so whatever. An old railway bridge of some description, ruins look like from Gondor. So we're approaching a lift bridge, and I think a lot of the lift bridges on this canal are left open because they're not road bridges, they're pedestrian bridges. And as you can see, there's a chain dangling down from it, and that chain, because it's a counterbalance bridge, is so that pedestrians can grab the chain and pull it down, but the chain's about a foot away from the bank, so I can imagine some old dodderer trying to lean into the canal to get that chain, and then basically if you don't grab the chain you're gonna fall in.
Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Senna, come out of there please. Senna, no, you're not getting wet. So boys and girls, this is where I lay my hat. I've moored up against the towpath and I've used my wheels. So as you can see, my wheel goes against the bank, and that way if there's any sill I should hopefully be away from it. Plus the fact it's a funny shaped bank, and what happens on a funny shaped bank is you'll pull one end in and the front end goes out. And it happened to me a bit last night. I tied the back end up and then did the front end, and of course the front end's about 20 miles from the bank, and it's like all night long, driving me crackers. I should have got the wheels out last night. I nearly did, to be honest with you, but for some reason I didn't at the last minute. So yeah, the only thing you got to remember when you're tied up with your wheels is when you get off you're like a foot away from the bank already. So let's have a look at the map and see where we've ended up. We didn't get to Cropredy, and I'll tell you why when I get the name of it. We didn't get to Cropredy because the flight of locks, Claydon Locks, which I've now got to go through under this bridge which is just in the distance there, well, they basically shut it at 5:30. And bearing in mind it's 4:30 now, and bearing in mind it's 5 locks, take me about 20-25 minutes a lock to get through that. So I didn't want to get halfway through and I find myself locked out. So I'm here for the night, and we'll do the locks tomorrow and Cropredy tomorrow and nip the shops before we move on. So this is me and the dog. Dog, say hello, dog. Signing off for the evening. Goodbye.